Drive an hour from any interstate in Missouri and the noise just stops. Ash roads, showing that you are going to oak and walnut trees. A farmhouse set back from the road with a balcony that has seen 100 summers. Land like this costs a fortune almost anywhere else in America, not here. I started doing this because I was tired of seeing people invest their whole lives in a crowded suburban lot, when in fact, for the same money or much less, they can own real acres in a country like this. Today, in Missouri, there are 11 farmhouses, each with land. We start a home minus $249,900 and counting. For a one-bedroom house on almost a large acre at a price I had to read twice before I believed it. Some have a suitable. Some of them have already standing objects. One of them has a price of less than minus $30,000. Grab your lists because you don't want to miss these deals. Let's get started. Property 11. Almost 19 acres outside of Greenfield, and this area has history. A real longing for girls has a kind. The view from the high ground is panoramic, an open view that hides up to the trees, 9 indoor parking spaces between the mosques and parking lots. Whoever lost it took care of it. The house is a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom farmhouse, and he bought for its age. Built in 1900, full of character that comes with it and waiting for someone to restore it. You enter through a true mudroom and foyer, as ranch homes were set up with a family room holding the center of the home. The floors are a mixture of laminate and linoleum. The marble is laminated and there is a shower and wardrobe in the main room. Thank you very much. Central air conditioning, electric water heater, and fully equipped kitchen, dishwasher, electric oven, refrigerator, washing machine and dryer. Everything is included and remains. The property tax on this property is only $732 per year. Adequate history says that the land is already proven. The good part is about renovation, not moving. A house built in 1900 with original systems will require your time and patience before providing you with a finished home. But you buy it for the land and outbuildings just as much as for the house. And at this price per acre, this calculation works. The asking price for the nearly 19 acres, former cabin, 3 outbuildings, and 4-bedroom farmhouse is $249, and from here the price only goes down. The next farmhouse hides a remodeled kitchen, a 4x8 quartz island, and an Amisha Burt witness barn for less money. Property 10. Almost 9 acres at the end of a cul-de-sac, which is a kind of luxury in itself because it means no passing traffic, no neighbors crossing by your front door. The land here has been cultivated for generations. Mature cherry, plum, apple, pear, and damon trees, in addition to blackberry bushes that come back every summer on their own. There is a 4x8 island with a farm cure in the center, quartz countertops, newer appliances, and an Amisha-made collector grill, true craftsmanship, not part of a catalog. A recently updated wood-burning stove spreads heat through the main floor and gives the room that rustic warmth that a stove can never quite match. The bathroom has been refined with a new liveliness and its own bathroom. Here with a new liveliness and its own viewing room. Generously sized master bedroom with attached bonus room. Head up the stairs and you'll find a beautifully renovated open loft, a second bedroom, and a wardrobe located off the hallway. The flooring is made of laminate. The windows are made of vinyl and wood frame, and the whole place has the feeling of a house that someone renovated to actually live in, not to transform it. Ready to go in the truest sense. Nyack-Umbria sits in Mon County, north-central Missouri. The town of Mon is a cape minus 15 minutes away. Somerton Hospital, McCullough Schools. Kirksville is a cape minus 30 minutes north of there. Home to Truman University, Steele State University, and Regional Medical Center. It is a quiet rural area with real amenities a short drive away. With nearly 9 acres of established headquarters and an active farm, this property easily meets the criteria for agricultural tax assessment. The annual tax here is under minus $700. The combination of renovated residential space and ready agricultural infrastructure is rare and it retains value. Buyers pay a premium for renovation work already done. Actually, this is a 2-bedroom house. The upstairs loft and bonus room give you flexibility, but if you need 3 or 4 real bedrooms, this is not the house. What you are paying for is the land, headquarters, and kitchen that most people would spend $40,000 to build. The price accordingly. The price, almost 9 dunums, an active Dutch barn, headquarters, and a fully renovated kitchen, is $239,000. What if the next property could return the price? 4,000 square feet that was run as a wedding venue with a hidden house in the back, and it's cheaper than that. Property 9, 6.6 acres of scenic mirror land north of Dixon, and this property is built around an idea that most foundry properties never offer: a business and a house on the same land. The land is open and gently fringed by a forest at one end, a place to grow, a place for horses, a place to sleep. From the mirror, you get long and uninterrupted views and a kind of privacy that is hard to find. There is an equipment shed in the back, a gravel parking lot with space for the crowd and a covered patio. The whole system was designed to attract people to weddings, parties, gatherings, and then allow you to close the door at the end of the evening and be at home. The cost base is extremely low, and the house can bear its own cost as marketable while you build the business. The good part, event venue management, is work, not a passive investment. The orders do not manage themselves. If you don't want the business, you buy 4,000 square feet and 6.66 acres at $56 per square foot. Still a strong number, but the highest value here goes to the buyer who will actually use the living room. The price, 1,200 meters, 2.6 acres, event space, plus a 2-bedroom residence, is $225,000. And now for the best story in this video. A farmhouse built in 1907 by the same man who built the station. It looks between a century old from the balcony, but is brand new behind the walls. 8 to 18 dунum property in the Ozark hills with mature walnut and pine trees in the yard and a panoramic view from the hill. Fawnfield is in Ozark County, deep in southern Missouri, the Ozark Mountains. Gainesville, the county seat, is a 20-minute drive to grocery stores and county services. Bulls Holes Lake is close enough for quite a hike. The renovation is already done, so you can start earning right away, and the 1907 station is the kind of detail that fills a calendar of orders. The old part, the house is built for running a business, which is a plus, but it also means that the upstairs bathroom and some finished items still need finishing. Get the score list from the registry office before you buy so you know the exact remaining cost. She is small. It's just not zero. The price of 4.7 acres in a 1907 farmhouse that was rebuilt from yew trees and a nearby stream is $199,900. Leave with me. The next 4-bedroom house has what is a pit in its backyard, which quietly doubles what you can build there for $35,000 less. Property 7, over 5 acres in Vienna, and the back of this property is where he earns his living. A spoon minus 4 acres behind the house are fenced, ready for animals, gardening, or hobby farming the day you arrive. Behind there you will find a parking lot for 2 cars. The house has 4 bedrooms in an area of 285 square meters. It is full of character with a flexible layout that you can design according to your life. You enter a cozy living area surrounded by a propane fireplace. Thank you very much. Who is selling the house? Glass on many sides, light all day, and a view of the area, perfect for working from home or just to pace yourself. The floors combine carpets, laminate and wood, and a new water boiler was installed in 2024. It needs a little cosmetic attention, and this is exactly where it is where you build too much equity. Vienna, Mary District in the center, Missouri. Roland is on the minus side, 30 minutes south of the Research Center and the Technologies of Missouri, from the Hospital Phelps for health and shopping centers. Jefferson City, the state capital, is located the border minus 45 minutes north from there, and Fort Leonard Wood is found a short drive away. Lines. The pre-prepared service for the back court. They are a real economic advantage. They are opening a second construction site without excavation cost of the normal excavation of 5 digits. And what about public and public sewage on the lot? A village of 5 dunums are out of the question wall. This removes the risk of burns and septic systems that deter some buyers. This makes this property easier to price later. The old part, only 1 full bathhouse, serves 4 bedrooms and 3,000 square feet. For a family, this is the first project. The good news is that the layout and infrastructure already in place make adding a second viewing room a breeze. Budget for this from day one, and the house will live up to its size. The price for 5 acres, 4 of which are fenced, a barn, a coop for chickens, and a house with 4 bedrooms, is $165,000. Now we're going below the minus $140,000 mark for a hobby farm where the fence, hedge, and garden already exist. You just bring the animals. The roof and the garden already exist. You just bring the animals. A 6 3-don property right outside the present, set up as a hobby farm before you even unpack your bags. The land is partially open and already equipped with things that would normally take a new owner a year and $1,000 to install. A horse fence was erected, a standing chicken coop. There is a Jewish garden area, and a number of storage buildings ready for the sick, food, or a workshop. It is a small area that far exceeds its size. Enough space for animals, a real garden and outdoor projects without so much land that it becomes a second job to maintain. The house is made of bricks with a metal roof. Low maintenance bones in a property that is truly ready to grow from week one. The layout here is unusual and should be understood before you fall in love with it. The lower floor contains the working core of the house, a kitchen, a dining area lined with tons of built-in shelves, a full bathroom, and one bedroom. Although it doesn't match the structure and has no window, think of it as a flex room rather than a formal bedroom. Grab up and the house will open completely. A spacious and open area full of potential that you can design for everything you need. Great room, master suite, guest space, home office, or all at once. The heat comes from a propane stove plus wood, which keeps winter costs low, and the basement is partially finished, which adds usable space below ground level with 1,564 square feet over 3 finished acres. This is a small house with a huge amount of room to grow into. Abba is the seat of Douglas County in the south central Ozarks. In the town itself, there is a clinic, a medical center, and schools right there. Springfield, the area's main hospital systems, university, and chemist shops, is about an hour and 15 minutes drive northwest. Mark Twain National Forest surrounds the area, so public hunting, hiking, and riding lands are right on the doorstep. Hobby farms like Ozarks attract 2 types of steady demand. This number deters some buyers, and that is exactly why the price is the way it is. Adding a bedroom or 2 upstairs and adding real value to a structurally sound brick home. The opportunity is pictured in this floor plan. The price, 3 dunums, horse fence, a shed for chickens, a garden, and a brick house with room to grow, is $139,900. Coming soon, 2 acres, a few minutes from Interstate 35, there's someone planned a peace supplement and then walked away. You finish it, bring your hammer. A 5-acre, 2-acre property of rural Davis County, a few minutes from the highway between Madinati 35, so you get the quiet of the village with quick paved access to the highway. On the land, grow apple trees and mature mulberry bushes that bear fruit every year, chicken coop, and plenty of open space for pets, small animals, bees, or garden. Under the addition of the house, there is a large double garage that was built, which gives you workspace and storage in the same area. This part is livable, but the real story is the addition. A previous owner started building a 1330-foot extension that is already framed and standing, ready for wiring, electrical, plumbing, and drywall to make 3 or 4 more bedrooms and 2 more bathrooms. The foundations, frame, and roof of a large addition are already ready. The most expensive and weather-dependent part of any construction. You finish the interior on your schedule and come away with a 2,500-foot, 5-bedroom home for a fraction of the cost of new construction. It is sold as is, so you are buying the structure and potential. The interior of the house is not finished, but the hardest work is already done. Pattonsburg sits in Daviess County, northwest Missouri, right next to Interstate 35. Cameron is a cape minus 30 minutes south of a grocery store and a hospital. St. Joseph is about 50 minutes west. Museum Leap Kerr, a large medical center, in addition to full chemistry and manufacturing jobs. Kansas City is just over an hour down the interstate. Easy access, work area. Proximity to Interstate 35 is the financial key. You are close enough for a day trip to Kansas City or St. Joseph, which keeps the demand for its price alive again in a way that deep rural properties cannot match. Finish the addition and you'll turn a $132,000 renovation into a 5-bedroom home worth much more. Capital lies in the work you invest, not in the price you pay. The buy part is the price of ACES with an unfinished addition, and it's not for everyone. From an ACES sale with an unfinished addition, which is not for everyone, you'll need a real budget for siding, living, plumbing, and drywall, in addition to the time to manage it. But you are buying a finished frame and roofing assuming that most contractors will accept them. Go in with your eyes open and a contractor estimate in hand. The price, 2 acres off Interstate 35, a 1933 ranch house, and a 1330-foot frame house, is $132,500. I'll show you how Property 4, 2 acres surrounded by farmland in Missouri's Bootheel, a flat, fertile, and open area where the fields stretch to the horizon. This is a well-maintained country house, and this maintenance is evident from the road. There is a shop, a barn with a brand new roof in really good condition, ready for equipment, projects, or storage. The pecan trees here are not just for shade. A mature group of absim can put real money back in your pocket every fall, sold by the pound. And the house comes with a new Generac generator already installed. So when the power goes down in an agricultural area and he calls, you don't either. This is a 3-bedroom, 1-bath brick ranch house built in 1960, and it carries within it a lifetime of careful ownership. The nearest big city is an hour and a half away. But this is exactly why a brick house is maintained on 2 acres with a new generator, and a new barn roof lands a home minus $115,000 instead of double that. You pay for location, not condition. The price? 2 dunums surrounded by agricultural land, a brick house, a barn with a new roof, and Generac generator is $115,000. Now, the cheapest houses are starting. The first falls below the minus $100,000 mark over more than minus 1 dunum, with a custom-made kitchen that you wouldn't expect for such a cheap price. Property 3, 1.25 acres, 25 acres, Buckslow, with a low-maintenance exterior that saves you money for years. Recent upgrades include a durable metal roof and metal siding, so you won't have to repaint or rebuild anytime soon, or resume construction soon. The pitch gives you a real place to spread out, a place for gardening, to keep the yard you always wanted, or just sit on more than 1 acre of your own land without a neighbor's wall in sight. There is a huge garage for 1 car, bigger than the name suggests. Plenty of space for the car, in addition to a workshop or storage along the walls. A walk fence surrounds the property. This is a neat rural plot and manageable that won't require you every weekend. At 798 square feet, it's a small house, and it should be clear, but it's well finished. Set to match the walls of a house that you hardly see in a house at this price. 2 bedrooms are located on the main floor. Both are carpeted and life-size. One is 16 by 15, the other is 15 by 5. So these are real rooms, not afterthoughts. The full bathroom is finished in vinyl, and there is a bonus room on the back porch that adds flexible office space, mudroom, or sitting area. High-speed internet is already available, so telecommuting is offered out here, and a metal roof over it and metal cladding around it keep maintenance low. Compact, efficient, and finished with more care than its size or price would promise. Castle is in Moon County, north-central Missouri, with quick access to Route 63, which makes commuting really easy. Mon is a cape minus 10 minutes north of Macolat, toilets and a hospital. The property is located in the Moon School District. Columbia, home to the University of Missouri and major medical centers, is less than 45 minutes south. Moberly is even closer, priced at less than $100,000 with a tax bill of only $161 per year. The holding costs are almost zero, and a property so cheap to own is easy to profitably rent or own. The barrel part. This is a 1910 house, and even with the new roof and siding, an older home can hide old fixtures and plumbing behind finished walls. Check it so you know the real system status before you commit. At this price, even a modest electrical or plumbing upgrade still leaves you well ahead of the market. The price, 1.25 dunam equals 25 dunam, metal roof and siding, custom kitchen and huge garage is $99,500. For less than the next $60,000, a home to renovate just minutes from Medina Park and a floating river almost plans to be a weekend rental. The expensive roof is already finished. Second property. It sits on 1/3 of an acre right in the heart of the city, and it's bought for what it is. A house for renovation with a real advantage in a town built for nature. The expensive part is already taken care of. A durable metal roof is installed, and a small side porch gives you a place to sit outside. There is oblivion to the shelter and a panoramic view from the gently sloping pitch. Being in the city means that there is infrastructure right there, and a team can get to work without a long drive. Your children go to the rivers and paths, not to mow fields. Inside, it is a house with 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms in an area of minus 94 square meters, plus a bonus room that makes planning more flexible than the number of bedrooms suggests. Imagine it as an office, hobby space, guest room, or extra storage. The flooring is made of vinyl throughout the house. Central heating and air conditioning already installed. There are no windows to bother with, and there is also a mudroom with laundry hookups on the main floor. The house needs renovations before it will be at its best, but the structure gives you a real advantage. 2 fully equipped rooms. and close to the Spring River, which attracts people year-round for fishing, kayaking, canoeing, and floating. West Plains, with a regional medical center and shops, is less than 30 minutes north. This is the heart of the Exchange, an affordable and repairable home just minutes away from a state park and a popular floating river. Spring River and Grand Gulf attract visitors every warm season. Bought it for less than $60,000. Put your renovation budget and you got a holiday apartment to remember in a proven tourist corridor or an affordable full-time home. The old part is a house to be renovated, and the listing clearly says so. Waste money and time before it's over. Send the contractor through him before committing so that your renovation number is real. But with the roof and air conditioning already taken care of, the biggest, scariest items are off your list. The price, a third of an acre, 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, a bonus room minutes from Grand Gulf State Park, is $59,900. And now the last one, property number 1, the property I checked the ad for over and over again. Home with formal dining room and covered porch for less than $30,000. Property number 1, 0.7 dunam in Mozille. And the ad makes it clear there is so much room to grow in this property. A covered front porch runs across the front of the house, the type of balcony designed to watch the sunset on a summer evening, and the generous lot gives you space for a garden, a workshop, or whatever the next chapter calls for. This is a small house on a real plot of land. In a quiet town in the county in the interior, this is a stately home on a real plot of land in a quiet town in the county. Inside is a 975-foot, 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom home built in 1903, and for a house at this price, it is designed with surprising respect. There is a formal dining room that you almost never see in a house on an entry level. Laundry room on the main floor, so there is no need to drag baskets up and down. A real living room and kitchen all on one floor. The roof of the house and the frame structure are simple and convenient to use, and at an altitude of 370 meters, the heating bill remains small even in Missouri's winter. Matching financing and pre-inspection. The price 0.7 acres, covered porch, formal dining room in town in the district is $28,520. I opened this video that talks about what happens when the pavement ends in Missouri, how the noise just stops, and how that silence costs a fraction of what it costs anywhere else in America. 11 properties later home, minus 11 different cities. Please subscribe my channel. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.